I ain't got no type. Boom. Bad is the only that I like. You ain't got no life. Uh. Cups with the ice. And we do this every night. Hey, I ain't check the price. Hey. I make my own money and I spend it how I like. You ain't got no life. Hey. And let my mama tell it. I ain't living right. I know I messed up all those lyrics, but good morning. Hey, friend. Welcome to How I Became Your Mother. I'm Kalila Black, and this is a podcast where my past meets my future as I manifest my babies, my husband, my future life on the way to it. So I'm talking to my future kid as if they're already listening. All right. So y'all just listen, take a little load off. Are y'all driving? Somebody driving? Is anybody in their bed? Whoever, wherever y'all listening at, maybe you could walk right now, go to the kitchen, get you a little something to drink. If you in the house, just thank you for being here and sit back with me. Okay. My cadence has been every 2 weeks so far, and I'm holding on. I'm gonna get back to every week, but thank you for the patience, for the listens, all of that. I also just realized, I think that my YouTube episodes of this podcast have been uploaded private this whole time. So I have to figure that out. Hopefully that's going to be figured out before this one drops. If not, definitely before the next one. Cause I was like, wait, what's going on? Somebody tried to look for the podcast and I said it's on YouTube and they didn't see it. So I had to figure that out. But either which way, welcome. All right. So this is the father update, the real time, your father update. What's going on with me right now as it relates to Bay. So this episode is kind of overall the vibe and the energy of him. Um, so this whole episode, forgive me, is actually geared towards the energy of my boo, your father, the one, the one. So this episode came about because I was like, wait, I don't think I've ever been very, very clear about what I envision your father to be, who I envision your father to be, what I'm looking for. This whole time, okay, I could say what my type is. He could somehow listen to this and be like, sign me up, sign me up. Mm, mm. That's an old school song. Write my name on the cross. I've been changed since the Lord has lifted me. I want to be ready when Jesus comes. Okay. Oh, it's going to be one of those episodes. A lot of them veering off. Stay with me. Stay with me. But I wanted to give some update as to where I am in my life romantically, what my thoughts are around my type, the type of partner I'm looking for. What's the whole vibe? You feel me? What's the and I wanted to do this, maybe take you on a journey from childhood through what is it? High school, college, just how my type of man has developed and what's the vibe. So that's what the energy of this episode. Um, so when I'm talking about type, I'm thinking about who I am most attracted to, which boxes that, if ticked off, are the ones that are just going to have me feeling so excited to be with this person, so excited to share space, to walk alongside. I take partnership so seriously, like friendship, partnership, companionship. I take that thing seriously. So I want a partner that's committed to the program. So the first thing that I think of when I think of my type is oppressedness. Now, I've had I only date and get with men who live down. You gotta live down for me. You gotta live down for me. By live down for me, I mean openly express your interests, how attractive I am, what your plans are. So I like my first adjective of the type is a man who is expressive, romantically expressive. My first core moment of romance, I will never forget this. Never forget this. Was this boy in my church? Did I say this on the other podcast? Did I say this on the other? Either way, I might have, but he gifted me my this necklace, a K necklace, and a car and the flowers. We was 10 years old. 10 years old was my birthday. Bang bang. I was enamored. Like I just feel like public displays of affection as well as like gifts because I can leave away with something. It's like I have a tangible piece of you, a tangible representation of your affection and your love for me. I'm walking away with something that I can hold that's always going to be reminding me of you. So expressive, generous, with thoughtful, you know, I've been loved so much that I've had someone invest their whole anything that I whether that's buying me books because I am researching being a life coach or paying for a course or buying me equipment to stream or um figuring out what is it like transportation plans to an important event or conference or workshop, like the commitment to my betterment in my life and the also the space for me to insert. Every single man that I've been with, I know that they know and have tangible like representation of how I added a little sauce to their life. Whether that's if because you was with me, you visited all different types of countries. You went around South America because you was with me. Whether that's because you was with me, you lived out your lifelong dream of moving to California. Whether that's because you was with me, you figured out that found out how to do LASIK and now your eyes is fixed. Whether that's because you was with me, you did a life changing program that doubled your pay, and now you are six figures. So I be pressed in the people who I'm dealing with life, like even just me, being that friend, being that person who cares about others. If there's an opportunity, a free ticket, a gift, a this, a that, anything that I think that I know of that can make your life better, I'm calling you into. When you're my man, when you're my partner, now my life also includes me specifically looking for things to make your life better. Like that's a part of my joy. Cause now I'm like, okay, I want to battle my partner in loving each other. I want to be like, let's see who could love each other best. Let's see. Let's see who can love each other best. So in that type, I mean someone who's committed to the full vision, who's not just enamored by the temporary vibes, but who's like, oh, I could see myself um dating Kalila. Then I could see us getting married. Then I could see us being pregnant. I could see us raising our kids bi coastally. I could see us raising the kids while she is a superstar, while I'm also a superstar in my own right, because I definitely have learned now that my type is a, a person with whom is ambitious and successful in a tactical way, something where they've built whether this it's their career, whether it's their business, whether it's their something that they've built that is substantially successful. At first, that didn't really seem that important to me because I figured I really was attracted to pouring into and lifting up. So sometimes the guys that I would date wouldn't necessarily see what their full potential is, or they'd be like, oh, like, I don't know how, like, I might want to start a business, or maybe I could do this, or maybe, but it wasn't like a very clear thing. And my role during that time would be like, you could do this, and I believe in you, and convincing them and inspiring them and pouring into them and building them up. And then I realized that I couldn't fully be responsible for their ambition and fully be responsible for their desire. So my type then became, oh, I want somebody who that's something that they have going on already. They know who they want. They know that they want to win their own race. They're not just cheering me on for my race, but they're in their own race and running really, really fast and hard and winning their race. They actually are winning. I want to my type is a winner. Um Another is I my type is a man who is young at heart. I'm aging backwards. I'm aging backwards. By the time you get here, baby, I guess I'm gonna be 20 years old. By the time the way my life is going back, the way my time is backwards. So I need a man. I prefer a man. I desire a partner who is also planning on aging backwards, who also prioritizes funds, prioritizes pleasure. Like, I want to be laughing with this person. I want to be reading different books to each other. I want to be um like, whether that's we have a fun um inner child date like once a month, because I'm like, I definitely want to do a date night piece every every weekend if I can. A once a week date night, that would be amazing. Even if the date night is in, but a date night. One of those times a month can be like an inner child date. We could go to Activate, we could go to Sky Zone, we could go rock climbing, we could go bumper cards, arcade, we could go face painting, we could do like I want to do some I want a man who desires to stay fun and light because they realize how important that is. So definitely that. I also am a personal development groupie in the way that I love learning and optimizing myself. Like, it brings me joy to get things right and to see progress in my life. So my hobbies are to find ways to become better. So whether that's to become, for example, so I'll research ways to to have better self tapes. So I've invested in courses with women who are performers who have had success and learn their techniques. Or maybe my goal is to become more fit and healthy and to elongate my life. So then that's when I got ClassPass and I invested in a membership to do yoga. And that's when I learned yoga and I got deep into yoga. I also commit. So what books? I mixed Atomic Habits, and the Compound Effect, and the Miracle Morning, and the Magic, and creating my own morning routine. Like, I'm pressed about even though my safe space and like my desired kind of like vibe is just joyful, pleasureful, just chilling. I am always on a theoretical treadmill. Like, I've been running on the treadmill since I entered to this world. When I came into this earth, I was 2 months early, about almost 2 months early, and I never stopped running. I never stopped running, whether that was running for my health, whether that was running for being, in the gifted program, running for being a bi-coastal, running from the stuff of the trauma of my childhood, running at a high level, math wise, running at a high level in the performing arts, juggling friends, running. Like I've always been running, and I like to run because I also feel like life is meant to be enjoyed and like squeezed out. Like I want to look at my life and imagine that I have a collection of experiences. And so because I'm valuing experiences, I'm valuing like tactical measures of my life. How many countries I've been in, how many books have I read, how many relationships have I impacted, how many um brands do I have connections with, how many lives have I changed, how much money do I have, how much property do I have, how much impact have I made, how many philanthropic, like my measure when I'm sitting on the at 234 years old, when I finally do pass away looking like I'm 40, I want to look back and be like, wow, these are the ways that I lived through my family, through my friends, through my career, through my money, through my impact, through my brand. These are the things. So my type would likely either be a man who looks at life similarly because he wants to connect and he wants to collect his own set of experiences. He has his own race that he's running, and or really enjoys being the filler for that, being, let's say, the fuel. So whether that's like, okay, I know my wife is going to be doing a million projects, she's going to be running a million businesses, so I'm going to be in charge of the replenishment, whether that's the replenishment of her physical, of her mental, of her spiritual, of her emotional, like whatever roles we decide that we're going to take on in our lives. I want it to be complementary. So I have been with men I didn't necessarily who didn't know how to support me in that way, who didn't have their own stuff going, but also wasn't clear on how they could fill in or didn't have the capacity to fill in. I know that exists, that what I'm looking for exists, that your father exists, because I've also had glimpses. I've had glimpses. I've had uh parts of these experiences in my life. So it's not something that's foreign. So I've had a man cook dinner for me before, or make breakfast for me before an audition, or fill in the gaps, but I want that to be how we pour into each other regularly. Another part of him is I want him to be committed to family, like family oriented. And I mean, understand how it works. Understand that he's going to have individual relationships and I'm going to have individual relationships. We got mommy and daddy's relationship. We got mommy and you relationship. We got daddy and you relationship. We got, um, you know, separate things, and he values that. So a man that's going to have automatically know when he's going to have a singular time with his kids. A man who is just been wanting to be a father the same way I've been wanting to be a mother. Let me just say like that. A man who knows that he want to be daddy when it's time. I also my another adjective is a person who is funny. I am one of the silliest, goofiest people of all time, I believe. And I love to laugh. So, and I think that in order to be funny, you also got to be smart. So I know that your father is brilliant. I don't really date dumb men. I don't. It's I can't imagine dating a dumb man. Um, but either way, your father is brilliant. And that usually is accompanied by humor. Because in order to be funny, usually you got to be smart. So, um, yeah, so that's a part of the type, the humor. I definitely want a man who is spiritual and regimented in his spirituality. Someone with whom I can say, I can ask, oh, like, what's your process? And he has a process, whether that's a spiritual process, not in place of something. So you pray to this type of God, you have rituals that you do, whether that's law of attraction, Christianity. I think preferential, it would be something spiritual because I want to raise you all to be very big and broad. I want you to have a understanding of religion that is supportive. So I want you to understand that there are things in religion like rituals and songs and research and uh, certain things that are embedded in religion that are actually that are not actually that are foundationally beneficial. I want to raise you with that schooling, that community piece. So it would be great if he had that too, but I'm also not needing him to be super duper attached to one specific religion because I'm not sure if that's would be in the way of what he would want for me. So, someone who's very, very spiritual, who has a very close relationship to God and is also embracing my relationship, and it's one where we can do those things together. Like I want to read Bibles and Qurans and stuff with my husband. Like I want us to have a bestie stuff, whether we talking about books that are spiritual or romantic or fantasy. Like I want to also have bestie time with my man. So your father is going to be interested in those types of things as well. Um I my type is a man who has friends. So friendly and like connected to other men, especially men who hold him accountable or have some sort of a brotherhood, some sort of a foundation of context for manhood. I love that. I love that. I love what comes with being a brotherhood. I love the emotional maturity, the also just that means that we have a bigger community and you have more uncles and aunties to go towards. More love. Like I definitely a man who is big on community. And who else is your father? Very attractive. 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 What's attractive to me? Clear skin, a clean, nice mouth. Care about your teeth, care about your the way they look, the way they smell, the way your mouth tastes. Um, Great skin. I want a man who knows and who cares about like looking good because I'm an aesthetic person. Like I enjoy looking at things that look nice. So I want to look at Bay and be like, "You fine. You you fine. You know that your outfit is fine. Your skin is fine. Your hair is fine. Your smile is fine. Your eyes is fine. You you're the perfect build. Big and muscular, and that's my type. Big, nice, muscular, taller. I would say between 6 and 6'4". That'd be cute with me being 5'6", Uh yeah. Just a beautiful man. I love that. That's my type too. And I realized that that's new. I wasn't I've never been aesthetically focused. The guys who I end up with is definitely guys who have caught my mind, whether that's in laughing or vibing or just the energy. And so being with somebody who I find traditionally attractive would be newish, but the reason that's a part of my type is because I think that you should think that your mate is cute. That's a new belief. And I'm doubling down on it, doubling down on it. Don't let these people will tell you that you can't have it all, that you shouldn't be asking for it all. And I don't think that that's too much to ask for, because if I want him to be attracted to me, I definitely want to be attracted to him. So there's that one, the attraction piece. Um, so yeah, did I say that? Definitely having health and wellness as a core value. And this is recent too, because I feel like when I was younger, I wasn't as able to see how neglect can affect health. But the older I'm getting, the more I'm seeing. I'm like, oh, okay, you got some plaque all the way in between your teeth. Okay, your toes is dead. That you got an infected toe. Interesting, interesting. Okay, so you've had this effect. This is happening. You got this limp going on. You got this knee issue. So it's like, if we already meeting and your toes is on the way out, one of your toes is on the way out, your feet is on the way out, that doesn't give much like longevity for us to rock with. And this is the beginning. We about to have kids. We about to be running. We about to be playing. I want a sports dad. We gonna be This is another life, so it can't be giving on the way out. So it has to give healthy, healthy, healthy. Go to his doctor appointments regularly, cares about it. Takes pride in the appearance and in the health and the hygiene. Absolutely. Absolutely. Um, I think I would like a man. My type is someone who is organized and probably a little bit more type A than me, which is new because I've been rocking with the go with the flow dudes. But yeah, that goes without. We'll see. We'll see with the type A. We'll see with the type. But I'm just thinking of like man who knows what he wants, who's very clear, who can communicate it, who understands when to soothe, but who also um is open enough and vulnerable enough to share when he needs to be soothed and when he needs to be supported. Like someone who is so masculine that he's aware when he's slipping into both his masculine and feminine, and can know when it's valuable to do so. Smart like that. Spiritually uh adept. Let's say that. Um okay. Wait. Okay, so that was a very just a different episode. I just wanted to drop my type. Just drop my type out there. Um in case you listened. Now we're going to move on to the last segment, which is 36 questions to make you fall in love. This is a time segment where I answer one question of the episode with the hopes that you will love your mommy and you will love me as a listener. Okay. So this question is, what roles do love and affection play in your life? Bamba. Love and affection. Whoa. Will you give me some love and affection? Affection. Direction. Love, love. Okay, focus, Kalila. Love is very, very important to me. Love and affection is, and I love that this is the question. So let's just put this right onto my type. Very affectionate. I imagine that by the time you see this, you read this, child, daughter, son, that you will know that your parents love them. You will know that your parents love each other down, 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 down to the ground. I want you to see us kissing on each other, hugging on each other, loving on each other, flirting with each other, playing with each other. I want you to see us gifting each other. I want you to see us um, doing acts of service for each other. I want you to see us being partners and friends and besties. Love and affection is going to run rampant through our house because it is a value of mine. OD. It's a priority. Do you know that we're supposed to have a certain amount of hugs in order to feel regulated, emotionally and physically regulated? Love is what makes this all worth it. So it's very important. Very, 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 very important. Okay. If you only remember one thing from this, is just keep swimming. I'm so glad to have met you again. See you again. Thanks for y'all listening to the episodes and stay tuned for the next one. If y'all listening, drop a little comment, drop a review, let me know what you thinking. If you are my type, if that sound like you, okay, successful, fine, available, desire, wanting to see what's tea, shout me a holla. Shout me a holla. Let's see what's up. You might be my kid. You might be that. You might be the father. You might be their father. All right. Bye.